So just yes. So now I want us to look at some chemical libraries, or let me say compound libraries that are available. You understand? And where you can get the structures of some of these proteins from. And the number one of them we are going to use is what is called PubChem. I'm sure many of us will know what PubChem might have come across it. And if not, let's take a look. Just type PubChem on your desktop, on your browser, and it takes you to PubChem. So this is PubChem, and is a chemical library sponsored by NIH, National Library of Medicine. Is an NIH platform with over 200 million compounds. Can you see? 101 million compounds, 180 million substances, 285 million activities, 34 million literatures, and 42 million with 856 data sources. And if you go down, you have what is PubChem. PubChem is the world's largest collection of freely accessible chemical information. In fact, I can say it has majority, is the largest chemical library you can talk about, where you can get information about a drug, whether a drug or a new compound. Search chemical by name, you can search them by name, by their molecular formula, structure, or other identities. And chemical and physical property, you give, apart from finding the drug, it will give information about the chemical property, physical properties, biological properties, safety and quality information, patent and literature about that particular compound that you are looking for. So, and they are constantly adding new data almost every day. New data almost every day. New data almost every day. So please, can someone suggest a drug for us? I want a suggestion. Anybody?
We can do acetaminophen.
Acetaminophen. Acetaminophen. You see, as you are typing it's giving you suggestion, right? That's acetaminophen. So this is acetaminophen. There are different form of it, and other name is. So let's take this first one. Click on it. Now, this is the first information you are going to get on about it. Can you see? It gives you the structure of acetaminophen. That's paracetamol, right? Lano? This is the 2D structure, 3D structure, crystal structure. Are you getting it? Now, chemical safety, it says it's an irritant. So care should be taken when using it. This is the chemical formula of acetaminophen, C8H9NO2, or this. And apart from acetaminophen, it's called other names. There are some other names. Can you see? Acetaminophen, paracetamol, acetaminophenol. You know, there's really a lot of every possible names you can think of that is being called. So you can get that. It's called Teleno. There are a lot of information about it here. Do you get it now? So I'm taking us through. So chemical components. These are the chemical components. Active ingredient in mixed drug. Some have it as acetaminophen, aspirin, caffeine, this and this. Can you see that? So if this page was last modified, that's not less than a week ago. That's page 15. Today is 22. That's exactly a week ago. Can you see? And it was first created in 2004. So why they do this? What this means is there has been an additional information that they now know about this drug. So they give you an update about every drug. And apart from that, they give you a description of this drug. So this will give you description. Acetaminophen is a widely used non-prescription analgesic and antipyretic medication for mid to moderate pain and fever. harmless at low doses. Acetaminophen has direct hepatotoxic potential. Do you know what that means? Hepato means liver. That means it has potential to cause liver damage. Can you see that? So that's why it has to be taken with caution. It's not something you use anyhow, you know, and can cause acute liver injury and death from acute liver failure. So why I'm reading this for you is we are going to make use of all this because we are going to work with different drugs. And it's good to have understanding of your drug, just as the way you are going to have understanding of your protein. So come here, you also can see these are all the informations: chemical structure, name, chemical and physical properties, spectrum information. So let's keep looking. If you look at this, it gives you some where you can get donors that has shown that it is truly liver toxic. It's very toxic to the liver. So it's not a drug that anybody can just use just keep using without direction. So why I'm taking this for you is this is one of a significant database where you can get information about any compound, any drug, just put it there. You understand? Even the one being prescribed to you by pharmacists. You can come there, read about it. So we have can you see we have this is the structure of acetamol, the Telenol, acetaminophen that we use. This is the structure. This is the 2D structure. The previous one is 2D. This is the 3D structure, and you can download it or you get it in form of image. And you can find similar structure. I was talking every time about similar, looking for, if for example, let's look at this. Let's assume we want to look for drugs that have similar structure with acetaminophen. Let me open this in the new tab. Can you see? Can you see? Searching that is part of this. This is AI related work. Can you see? It gives me how many? It gave me 659 compounds, additional compound or drugs, similarly structurally related to our acetaminophen. Can you see? Can you see? So if you are looking you want to design a drug that can cure headache, fever, or pain, like acetaminophen, you understand? You don't need to design, you couldn't to crack your brain. Just make use of tools like this for similarity search. You understand? So can you see? It gave me about 659. There are also some server that will give you millions of compounds that are related to Telenol. I'm just giving you that as an example. So let's go back to that page. Can you see 3D structure of Telenol? This is the crystal structure. Then there are also name. This is the IUPAC name, just a biological name. The structure, everything, canonical smile. We are going to make use of this canonical smile in our project. Can you see other identifier, the European community number? This is the number given to it in the Europe. This is the ICSC number. All those, so this gives you a lot. And if you want to read anything about it from Wikipedia, it gives you a lot of information about any compound you are dealing with. Synonyms, you can see the synonyms. You can see different depositor. They are different. Even if you want to buy from manufacturing company, they have this PubChem has information about them. So can you see the molecular weight is 151.16. The solubility is 0.5. Hydrogen bond donor, all this, you are going to make use of this by the time we start so it gives you a lot of chemical and physical properties. Can you see about Telenol, experimental properties? So it also gives us information about researches that has looked into Telenol for different studies, either for liver disease or for anything. Odor is odorless, tasteless, it is slightly bitter taste. The boiling point is greater than 500. All those information is there, melting point. So, for many of us that are in pharmacy or any other field, things like, they may ask us to get information about this. So that is some of the things. Solubility, can you see the solubility in water? Density. So this gives a lot of information, and they are being updated almost every time. The log p-value, the log p-value is 0.46. the log KOW value, log S value, solubility in water, stability and shelf life. And shelf life, can you see? It has solubility and shelf life. Also, ignition temperature, the pH, the normal pH of it, the constant, nutrition constant. This gives you a lot. Can you even see? We have not even spent 30% of the whole page. So all these things gives you information, a lot of spectrum property, everything about this. So there are a lot of things for people that synthesize compounds. They make use of spectrum, NMR spectrum, everything. It gives you a lot of. So this is a wonderful chemical library where you can read more about any compound, any structure. Just put it there, it will give you the information. Can you see? So we have a lot, even the UV spectrum, everything on, the Raman spectrum, other spectra, related compound, everything. Then it will even give information where you can give, you want to buy, where you can get it. So it is a well complete database for any form of drugs you can even imagine. You can even imagine. Now it gives information about drug and medication information. What are the drug indication? What are the side effects? You understand? For people, it will even give you the liver toxicity summary, drug class, WHO essential medicine. It gives you a lot of even the formulation and indication prescription, FDA orange book. That's FDA information about drugs, FDA National Drug Code Directory, drug label for ingredients, clinical trials. You see, there are a lot of clinical, those ones that are ongoing and those that are completed. Maybe they are trying this. Can you see, this is multimodal pain management after robotic assistance after laparoscopy, stereotomy. They are using this paracetamol for a study on this, and the study is already at phase 3. Can you see? And that was as at April 18. That's like 4 days ago. So it gives you opioid versus non-opioid post-operative after nail stereoscopic surgery. So they are using the drug on this. Can you see? These are clinical study numbers. So can you see? There are a lot of study going on. Can you see? This is 1 out of 188 pages on that. So this gives you a lot of. Why I'm showing you this, you may be asking why is Dr. Kenny showing us this, is when you want to design a drug, it is good to have understanding. Whether you are working with acetaminophen or you are doing any other drugs, you can get information related to that drugs. Just as you need information about the disease, about the protein you are targeting, you need also information about drugs related to your drugs, because they will assist you in having a good design. You can't just build a house without you taking account of what you want to do. So there are a lot of other clinical trials taking place in Japan. The one I showed you previously is in US. These are the ones in Japan. You understand? A lot of therapeutic use, information, drug warning. It will even explain drug mechanism, drug tolerance, agrochemical information, pharmacology. How does it work? When they give you a drug, you want to, yes, when I take this drug, headache goes. How does it work? You understand? It gives you can look at mechanism of action. Every information you can take is absorption. When you take it through your mouth, how does it get to the place where it's working? At the route of administration, everything is underneath metabolism and metabolite, and how it works. You see, acetaminophen is the major metabolite of phenacetin and acetaminide. It's mainly metabolized in the liver. First pass other kinetics. Its metabolism of compressed pathway. Just in case you want to have that information for people in biological science or pharmacy, PubChem should be one of your friends on information about drugs. So you see mechanism of actions. You see how it works, how it's able to stop fever, how it's able to stop headache. This is explaining. That is mechanism of action. So I'm showing you that a lot. Somebody suggests another drug for us before we go to another PubChem, another structure, another chemical library rather. Someone suggests another drug for us. A suggestion? Are you guys
Hold on.
Yes? Hello?
Oxycodone.
I can't get you.
Oxycodone.
Oxy, can you spell?
OXCY.
OXCY.
No, X. OX.
Okay. Is that all?
OX. Sorry, OXYCODONE. OXY.
This,
Yes.
you see? So you see that now? And there are some different forms of it. So let's look at this first one. So can you see we have the structure? This is the structure of that drug. This is the 3D structure. Can you see it's also an irritant? Okay, it's taking other names. Can you see other names? It's called oxycodone, dihydron, oxycodone, and many things you can think of. The structures. So everything we add for.
What's that?
What is it? Hello. Hope you're fine. So this also shows you a lot of information. So PubChem is, so anytime, for example, if we are going to make use of this structure in drug design. So when time you want to just come here, I will show you how to download that later. Come here and click which format you want. It will download for you the structure. So let's go again. Let's look at one other chemical library. Let's look at one more chemical library that we can use. So let's try another chemical library we can use is called Chem Spider. Chem Spider. So if you are looking for a particular drug, and peradventure you couldn't find it in PubChem, you can try another chemical library, which is also called Chem Spider. So another one is called Chem Spider. So let somebody suggest another drug for us. Let's look for another drug under this Chem Spider. Anybody? Any suggestion for another drug? Okay, let's try metformin. Metformin. Let's try metformin. And let's see. So can you see the way this one displays its own this thing is different from. So if you want to look at the 3D structure, it shows the 3D structure of metformin. This is 3D structure. This is the molecular formula. This is the molecular weight. This is the monosteric mass. Can you see? This is the Chem ID. So now it gives us names now. Can you see the name? There are different names to it. Different names, and we can even click here for many more. Let's look at the properties. We have the experimental melting point. This is the melting point, 4.5 degree. Experimental log P. Log P is talking about how soluble it is in lipid. I'm going to explain that to us by the time we go further. This is toxicity level of it. The toxicity is giving information about how toxic it is to the body. Safety, chemical class, the chemical class it is, chromatography, gas chromatographic information of it. Let's go to searches, compound with the same molecular. So if you are looking, can you see? If you're also looking for similar compound to metformin, just click on this compound with the same molecular formula or compound with same skeleton, same structure. It gives you information about the spectrum. This do not have the information about the spectrum. Vendors, where you can get it. Can you see a lot? These are companies that you can get it from. So if you are working, maybe you design a drug and you put the compound and you find the compound online and you don't know where to get it, these libraries can help you. This library can help you to get that. So let's go to. So also there are also some. It gives us article that has done a lot of experiments. So if you are looking at this, so you get it there. You can see a lot of information, a lot of articles on this now. So this is also an important And another important chemical libraries that you can use to get information about any compound you can think of, any compound you can think of. So lastly, before we go, let me show you. I think that's fine. We start from where we stop in our next class. So from our so this is where we're going to stop today. And in our next class, we are going to